Okay, so I'm going to try to move through this a little quicker to try to keep up. We just talked about basic lines. We're going to be talking about basic views now. You can read this paragraph if you'd like. We're going to move on to this table, though. I'm going to break down some of these views that you see here. We start with oblique and isometric. Your oblique is essentially, this is what it looks like, okay? Your right side here is a perfect 90 degrees perpendicular to your plane here, okay? If you take a look here, it's rotated 30 degrees so that the angle here is touching this plane. Okay, so that's the difference between these two different views. You'll see these two drawn in a certain type of pictorial representation. These are some basic views here. You have your front. If you're looking at the front here and you see something above it, that's the top. You see something to the right, it's to the right. Take a look down here. This is a pictorial representation. Look at that. This is drawn as an isometric pictorial representation. Our highlighted object here, this side, okay, happens to be the front. So let's take a look at our breakdown here. This actually shows us each view of this part. So it shows us the front, the left side, the right side, the bottom, the top, and then if you want to get the back side of it, look at that. We got it right above the top here. So this is kind of how we break those down. Okay, you can read the paragraphs down below as well. Let's get to our drawing. So let's see, Unit 1 review actually uses a different sketch. Here it is, a different print. Okay, our title block says this is a V-groove test block. Okay, cool beans. So our questions here ask us, why are 3 views used to show the object? Well, we'll take a look back a little bit here. Oh, look at that. Here we go. By examining each of the 3 views shown in Figure 1.1, okay, an accurate picture of the shape of each face can be formed. Well, using 3 views, I would just put an accurate picture of the shape of each face can be formed. An accurate picture of the shape of each face can be formed. Name each of the views shown. Alright, so we have a front, top, and right side view. So front, top, right. Number 3 asks us, in which 2 views is the length of the object the same? Check it out. This is the length of the object here. So you can't see that here. I would say the front and the top. Front, top. Front, top. That's what we're looking like. In which 2 views is the width of the object the same? We can see the width here. We can see the width here. We can't see it here. So right, top. So I would put right, top. In which views is the thickness of the object the same? We can see the thickness here and here. We cannot see the thickness of this object looking down on top of it. Okay? So that would be the front and right. In which line letter represents surface A in the front view? Which line letter represents surface A in the front view? So let's look at surface A. Okay, look at that. It's a surface mark. Marking the surface. Line, I would say line D. Okay, we're looking at the top of it here. This is pointing down to the top of the surface. This is pointing down to the top. This is the front view. Line D. Which line letter represents surface H in the right side view? So we have surface H. This is the right side. Look at that. K is pointing to that surface as well. We're looking down on top here, right? We're looking to the right side. Line K. Elementary. This is elementary. Which line letter represents surface C in the front view? So we're looking at the front here. Surface C. I would say that would be line E. We can take an educated guess and assume that that is line E. Which line letter represents surface C in the top view? Surface C in the top view. Now this one I didn't really like too much because surface C is pointing obviously to the right side. We're looking at the right side of this object. So it's actually pointing right where this is pointing here is where this is pointing. This is pointing to the left side technically of the object. So they actually got this wrong. So I've outsmarted the blueprint. I'm the smartest man alive. Thank you, I know. Line F. Which line letter in the top view represents surface G in the front view? Which line letter in the top view represents surface G in the front view? Surface G. Okay. I would say line H. We're pointing to, this is the front of the object. Line H. I had a brain fart for a second. I had to think about that. I don't know why. Is surface B shown in the top view? Surface B. Surface B is this. Okay, remember this is the front, so this has to be the bottom. Can you see the bottom from the top? No. So no. What does the top view have in common with the front view? What does the top have in common with the front? This one I find kind of interesting. I would say, well, we kind of described it earlier. They both show the length of the object. So what does the top view have in common with the front? They show the length. So I'm just going to put they show the length. What does the front view have in common with the side view? Front, side, you can see the thickness. They show the thickness. You know, I'm just kind of assuming that that's what this is talking about here. Okay? You know, what do the top view and the right side views have in common with respect to the front view in terms of alignment? That one's loaded. Let's take a look at that one again. What do the top view and the right side views have in common with respect to... I do not like the way this is worded. Ugh, that's ugly. What do the top view and the right side views have in common with the respect to the front side in terms of alignment? In terms of alignment. I wonder if it's talking about to here or here. So I'm going to assume that the top view is above the front view. Well, no, it's talking about what do we have in common. What do the top view and right side views have in common with respect to the front view in terms of alignment? So I'm just going to say that you can actually see the, see this hidden line here? This shows the, this here, actually. This center of this object. So it shows this object line. So I'm just going to put, shows the middle. Shows middle of object. That one was confusing. Number 15, what do lines L and M represent? What do lines L and M represent? L and M, they basically represent the edges of the bevel. I'm just going to put edges of the bevel. What does the following symbol indicate? The surface. The surface. This indicates surface. That indicates surface. Surface. Which line letter represents N in the top view? Which line letter represents N in the top view? Line J. What surface does B represent? What surface does B represent? The bottom. The bottom surface. What surface letter does line E represent? What surface letter does line E represent? Where is line E? Line E is right here. This is the what surface? That would be surface C. Surface C. Bada bing, bada boom, and we're done with this one.